Ladies, gentlemen, all protocols duly observed. Victory Ashoka is my name, and I'm your host for today. With me here is the adorable
Oyinka Solade Sheoa.
All right, so you're welcome once again to the 1000 Poets for Change themed politically motivated towards the 2023 elections. Please do know that this event is strictly for voters' education, voters' mobilization, civic engagement, so without campaign,
no campaigns,
no partisan politics, just for advocacy, for all of us to hear artistic works that will inspire us to ask for change, and this is the essence of this event. So, ladies and gentlemen, you all are welcome to this event tonight.
You should also know that the 1000 Poets for Change is the closing session for the Lagos Book and Art Festival 24.0. So welcome once again.
Also, right about now, you'll be seeing a group of young poets and performers who will be giving us a poetic send forth till 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, brace up for that.
For our first performance for tonight, we'll be having the famous Victory Ashoka.
All compatriots, I have 5 minutes and I mean it. I have 5 minutes and I mean it. With my teary eyes open to share my ideas on this green land of Jura, established on truth, love, justice, peace, and unity by our founding fathers of blessed memory who played influential roles in steering the wheel of politics. Our land used to flow with milk and honey. Our people used to live in peace and harmony. Our currency used to be valuable compared to foreign money. But social maladies with corrupt practices fueled our country with all the advantages through embezzlement called national cake, shared by forces beyond our direct control, burning national buildings and drenching our flags with cold blood. Oh la la, this green giant has been crippled by political locusts, eating deeply into the marrows of our society's structure. Then it should be bygone for us to keep asking where the change is, rather to know what the change is before next level. I am a son of the soil and I am made in Lagos. As Nigerians, we claim to be African giants, but we are not even twice as tall as other African nations. So, how do we have a better time as the essence of patriotism? You see, this fickle game of politics is played with different tactics where they only dribble to end their own troubles, making citizens tremble for a system that is unstable. This game is dirty and corrupt as a do-or-die affair in every community against our common unity. So looking at the headlines, all we see is high-profile political assassination, fetish practices, lies and deceit, character assassination, ballot box snatching, thuggery and corruption. Aren't we fed up of this age-long deception? I weep for this nation, I cringe for this generation. If there is no freedom to reach for the stars, if there is no courage to dare to discover, if there is no system to fulfill desires, virtuous youth have got no platform to thrive. But youthful willpower is the strength of every thriving nation, as coalitions of dreamers rising as fearless redeemers with wild dreams too hot to be slain on the altar of inaccessibility erupting from insecurity. But to ascend the expectant cliff of transformation, to swiftly rise to enforce digital learning tools, to close the divide and bridge the social gap our fears that our future may not disappear till we reclaim the giants within us. I wish that the national grid doesn't collapse but the political grid of nationals. I wish that the national grid doesn't collapse but the political grids of nationals. I wish that the prices of goods doesn't rise like gravity without coming down. I wish that our educational system isn't played with strikes without tangible goals. I wish that our educational system isn't played with strikes without tangible goals. I wish that our currency aren't just nutritious to monkeys, snakes, or termites, but I wish to see love and peace fizzle out war and hate, because this battle is to be fought with the ballot, not the bullet. This battle is to be fought with the ballot, not the bullet. The participation in politics that we fear causes the grief that we bear. The year we become sincere to make godfatherism disappear, we will surely get there. Most youth have found the truth. Men who loot should be exposed from the root. Arise, all compatriots, to flip the script and seize power in our hands with our PVC, prepared to vote credibly to pick valuable candidates in every community against our common unity, in every community for our own common unity. They try to dim our lights without knowing that we are stars that shine even in the darkest hour. They try to silence us without knowing that we are the voice of the voiceless. They try to bury us without knowing that we are seeds. They try to bury us without knowing that we are seeds. The future belongs to those whose minds have not been soiled by the gimmicks of social malady, those who will restore and rebuild, those who have proposals aided with godly approach. So catch the fire, get inspired to light up your torch of patriotic desire, stretch forth your arms, raise up the banners to speak truth with power. Because even if we saw us okay, we still need our PVC to choose what is okay. Even if we saw us okay, we still need our PVC to choose what is okay. For us to rise as true African giants and be twice as tall to have a better time as the essence of patriotism. Remember, daily the prices of goods rises like gravity, yet things fall apart. Our contemporary society is no longer at ease to keep measuring time, for when we shall see at least half of a yellow sun as a beam of hope that everything good will come. What is this thing around our neck like chains of deceit, depriving us from speaking about crucial national issues for our democracy? Every day is for the thief, but one day is for the voter. Every day is for the thief, but one day is for the voter, and we must decide our long work to freedom as chronicles from the land of the happiest people on earth, because the gods are not to blame for our present political woes, and we must set forth our dawn. Godspeed.
That was an amazing performance. I'm a fan now.
Thanks so much.
Do you know the colors the day brings? Waking up in the morning with a mixture of yellow, orange, and touches of red, smiling down at me, giving calmness to the soul. That is the color of my land. Set out to see the romance of trees, plants, and flowers, embracing their spirits, embracing who we are. I represent these colors. I sing the song of our heritage. That is the color of my land. Basking in the gorgeousness, the silk breeze blows through me until the dark came. I hear the cries of my sisters and brothers, cries of pain and torment. Bondage, chained. Their cries have long been ignored. This isn't how it's meant to be. This isn't how it's meant to end. My brothers and sisters, the tears I cry, the blood flows through my eyes. I fight still for the buried souls and the forgotten people, the forgotten innocent souls. I continue to write. I use my voice as a platform for change. I would speak. I would say the words out loud. I say, speak their names, say them fierce. Speak the names of the people that have been forgotten. Speak the names of the souls that have been buried. Speak the names of the young people that don't have their marks made before they left. Speak the names. I say, awake ye for your freedom fight. Awake ye for your freedom fight. Your rights should not be forgotten. Your voices should not be ignored. I tell the stories of these young. Every chance I get, I'm shot. But I fight still. I would write my words on walls, on papers, and I would write my words on social media. I would write my words, for that is who I am. I would write my words, for this is my generation. I would write my words, for I have to speak. I would write my words, for if I don't, no one will. I would write my words because this is the generation that speaks. This is the generation that says way more. This is the generation that puts themselves out there. This is the generation that doesn't fear the unknown. This is the generation that strives. This is the generation of the strong. And I would say, I fight still. Till our glory be restored, till our soil be purified, till the colors of dawn be restored, till I can dance with the colors of day at sunshine. I fight still. I represent the Sorosoke generation, and will remain to speak. We will keep on speaking. We will keep on saying. We will keep on writing. So watch out, we're coming. Just watch out, for we write and we speak these words so many are afraid to say. Thank you.
My name is Machi, and I decided to write 2 separate spoken word presentations, and I decided to represent the average Nigerian who has been affected by certain situations that I will highlight. I do not know these people. I don't know the full story, but I know this is someone's story, and I hope you enjoy it. Drinking, drugs, parties, hooking up and laying down with different men or women. In fact, anyone I can find in a crowd willing to go home with me, wanting to get down. You see, the ASU strike is at hand, and I have nothing better to do than to spend daddy's money on demand. In fact, I have a whole bunch of sugar daddies whose money I used to paint the town young, wild, and free. You could say that that's me, except I'm held captive by the weight of my sins. I'm drowning my depression glass by glass, sip by sip, until eventually into the abyss I sink. I am bound by guilt and shame. The fame that I have gained from being the life of the party has drained life from me. I'm young, wild, and captive. So take it from me. Wild ain't free. And the second poem. Now, this story is the story of one of the many people who was affected by the shooting in Ondo State. The shooting in the church in Ondo State. All right. My anxiety. For as long as I can remember, I've had her. She was there in my fidgeting. She was there when I couldn't concentrate. She was there in my clinginess. She was there in the constant tummy aches. You know, she sounds like a nightmare, but she was so constant. She started to feel like home. And I don't like change. And she didn't change. And soon enough, she became home. And she would bring a friend over sometimes, and soon enough, her friend became mine. Depression. So there were days when I lay in bed simply because he kept me company, and his voice was so loud, but he was there. He was there when I skipped meals, and he was there when I cried those silent tears, and he was there when I pressed that blade to my skin, and he didn't judge me. Instead, he told me not to cut too deep so I could cover it up. And soon enough, he became a constant as well. But I say became because I can't hear him anymore. And you see, anxiety, she doesn't visit either. No. But I'm guessing it's because of my new home. My new home, she's not so dark. She's actually quite bright, and he gave her to me. My new home, she's love, and we are... Sorry, give me a second. I have a call, and I have to answer that. Hello? What? No. 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 They took him from me. The day he said he was going to go to church to worship God, he was left lying in a pool full of his own blood. You know, when Burna Boy said, he don't cast, last, now everybody go chop breakfast, I didn't think it applied to me. I've been served the proverbial breakfast by my own country. When they told me breakfast na national cake, it go touch everybody. This wasn't the slice I expected to get. When Rema said the one where Buhari chop how many he cut for me, why is the slice that they cut for me pure agony? You know what? I think I'll join the statistic and I will seal you all on the underside of Third Mainland Bridge. Thank you.
So this is a call to action regards the video we just previewed. And it is a call to action for us to put away the sentiments, to put away all the tribalism, to put away everything that differentiates us as humans, as Nigerians, to put away what has been used as an instrument by them whom we have elected and given power against us that they are supposed to serve. It is also a call to action for us to search our minds, our reasoning factor, that thought we have for choosing or electing a leader, someone who will go up there to represent us. For some of the people here, I stand here as a representative of your children. Okay, for another few, I stand here as a representative of your grandchildren. Okay, for a very small number of people, I stand here as a representative of your great-grandchildren. I think that's all that we have. I don't think we have anybody above 100 here. So I stand here as your descendants to tell you that we have been living in Nigeria where we have been impacted by your commitment to people who reneged and went back on their promises. But this is not the time for us to relent. This call to action sets us on a path to be more enlightened. If anything, think about the situation. So I'm going to paint a scenario now. When a bomb blast occurs, when a bomb blast takes place, it does not select the Kanuri and then you say, okay, this one is Fulani. No, I'll just burn Yoruba or burn Igbo. And then you leave the Hausa. It will serve everybody the breakfast. It will dish you equally. When calamity happens, when crisis happens, it doesn't know Muslim, it doesn't know Christian. For goodness sake, there is no light, no jobs, no nurses, bad governance. We need to really reflect. And this call to action serves us right on reflecting and pondering on the necessity for us to have a fundamental thought and ponder on our choice of leadership. While we do that, we are still in 1,000 Poets for Change. We will keep getting more poems to ponder on the theme, which is politically motivated towards 2023 elections.
Okay, so for the next performance, open mic performance, coming right up on stage, we are having Zanoni.
Hi. I'm in everybody's dream. I come bearing the aesthetics behind your dreams. Hi. I'm the mystery you find underneath every story. I am the nightmare you stream in the 5D. I beat your imagination's hands down. See, I find your spirit powerless when your pants are down. Hi. I'm the scene you see on every movie screen. I am the constellation of stars whose zodiac signs are perfect for you. Hi. I am the blurry film you scooches when the Holy Spirit leaves. Hi. I am the law you must obey, even Moses who made them disobeyed. Hi. I am the yoke and I don't get easily broken. Not with ordinary spirits and liquors, but the spirit that lives on. I am the door you open with your minds and not your hands. Hi. I am resilient, not your regular resident. I'll send you packing with my letter bombs. Mind blowing. I'm the war you fight without guns and men. Because men are long gone from physical battles. Not even the pulling of a trigger can divine its disastrous consequences. Like the country, I am so deserted. I am a fertile land, but you can reap nothing. The country is blind, and we see redemption through false eyes, no lens. All we see is distorted arguments and no moral crosses. All I see is perpetual happiness, consensual bitterness, bittersweet, sadness. We are dying within, but our smiles are boundless to see. The black mind is flirting with our insecurities. In our minds, we want to be black with blonde hair, but our minds are tinted with black in despair, and we all lie to each other. 99, the number of times we lie to each other so we can lie in each other. 99 number of times we spread the word and not the love. We spread the word W and T and ties and not the letters. So our mind is fused with an algorithm X because sex is the new anthem. And that's why we have too many XX and XYs and no concrete reason why we don't have answers to this sweet misery. Because every night as I lay down, the city of my mind is attacked by a legion of questions, questioning the living in my sanity, questioning my posterity affinity. I am on busy pills. I'm not ready to be theoretically admitted to my walls. All I need is vials. Because a short journey to the eye starts with 1,000 miles. Like a businessman earning less than she screams, our pulses still wails while she's spilling dreams. Like a dime we tussle to make, we lost financial bleeding with no physical scarp that are unforeseen. Every night we plan to lay down, we face demons acting plays with our brains. It bets first screams the goal, mindless of who's scoring, mindless of who's launching the attack, whose mental health is made you safe, whose physical health is defending your goals, mindless of what might dismay, not minding of what the scoreline is saying to you. I am fearless. I am fearless. I am fearless, says the man with two raging hormones, that of ease and the spouse who's home, who doesn't care about the sounds of his baritone, face looking like crossbones without the bones. I am fearless, says the man who has his dreams rolled up on his sleeves, and then he watches it slowly leaves as the country slowly drifts to a private funeral. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. That is why our pockets are bloated in inks, because we don't make use of them enough. They say our minds are capable of the unknown, but we don't fuck with it enough. Enough of the blind box. Enough of the bed box. There's need to walk barefoot on holy grounds. I am not a regular poet, but I come delivering the aesthetics of the country's trouble in sweet words and wine. Thank you.
What this is basically saying is that we have a particular tune in Nigeria, the tune of suffering, suffering, joblessness, ethnicity, tribalism, that we use to usually vote. We use it to vote. But what this is telling us is, cast that aside. Let this be a new generation. Let this be a new generation. Let this be a new reign. Let's vote from the depths of our hearts as Nigerians. Some people believe, since that candidate is my tribe, it's perfect. It can do no wrong as long as it's in my tribe. As long as this person believes my God, it can do no wrong because it believes in my God. And you can obviously see this person will not help Nigeria, but you want to have a low mentality to vote. Let's not do that this time.
let's vote as genuine Nigerians that actually feel like this person can help us. There's nothing wrong in looking at someone that is your tribe or that is in your religion, and you can see this person is not going to help Nigeria because this person's manifesto is basically nonsense. And you say, I'll pick this other person that doesn't believe in my God or is not for my tribe because I have hope that this person can do better than the person in my tribe or religion. So this is basically telling us that we should vote. Vote genuinely. Vote. Take your PVC vote. You may say, oh, I mean, if I don't vote, how does it affect me or anything? You don't know what your vote will do to help Nigeria in the future. You don't know what your vote will do, who your vote will put in place. So please vote, and may the best winner win. Thank you very much.
There she came, our holy presence unholy. She's the Obianje Bialije. And every little cry she let was faint and dry as she watched maggots eat deep in her veins and left her in vain. She wanted to die, but she couldn't, so they took razor and gave her a deep cut that hurt. Her blood was used to pay for a pay that was not hers to pay, and every night by night she got a bite. Before old, she was sold to a place she thought was good, but it felt like hope, but her hope was no hope. And in 2 decades and 2, she's grown so beautifully, and as you can see, I'm she. But there I was, lying with dirt, as though I owe him of dirt. I was like a child, dark with a dagger to scatter her fire. I couldn't resist the temptation of depression to cause me frustration in delusion. I was the one who stood at night without light to cry my eyes out. I was in fight with fright, but he won because I had no gun. Fear was faithful. Happiness was painful. If only I had gulped stout to walk through the drought, maybe my pain wouldn't be much gain. Maybe the arrow shot to burst my sorrow wouldn't have hit my marrow, because I would have staggered and stammered. But then he came and called my name, but I couldn't respond because I was insane. His aim was to maim the devil in my circle, so he binded, casted, contended, castrated the principalities that held me in captivity. He took my hands and brought me out of darkness to his light, where I found life, a magnificent incandescent. He said he was always near, but I couldn't hear. But how could I, when I was bound, too blind to lift an eye, too lame to walk a mile? But his compassion, I suppose, was for a purpose, because when he came, void became non-void, and his voice was something I couldn't avoid. So I held him tightly. He isn't someone I could let go lightly. And there in that moment, he felt so real. I literally saw him take away my torment. And like the aroma of a sweet boiling pot of soup, my life became a fluorescent about to scent. Not living the hell I was living was a mistake I wasn't ready to take, because when he brought me into his sanctity, I gained my sanity. So if his love is lost, I would hunt for it till I'm lost. I would hunt till I'm lost. And that is my definition of love in color, because it has no order. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My pleasure to be here. So we are politically motivated, isn't it? We are politically motivated though, for 2023, isn't it? They can't be doing what they've been doing before to us again, no. Where's your PVC? Where's your PVC? Do you have it? Are you sure? Where's your voting booth? Have you transferred? E1. What's your polling unit? What's your voting booth? No, I'm serious. What's your voting booth? You see, we cannot say because we are here at LABAF, we are creative, we want to change Nigeria, I will not be part of the process. We all need to be politically engaged and involved. You know, I used to like to quote the words of a man from Zimbabwe, Professor Otto Mutambara. During the time of Mugabe, and the likes of Otto Mutambara and other opposition people were disenfranchised, he was interviewed on the BBC, and Professor Otto Mutambara said something. He said, my brother, even if they cut my hand and it's bleeding, my blood will vote. Until you get to that point in Nigeria, that even if they cut your hand and it's bleeding, your blood will vote, Nigeria will not change. But you see, I wrote this anthology called A Rebel Summary many years ago, where I put in about 10 poems. And I want to give you some poems that will give you a reason to vote. I'm sure you might have forgotten, because one thing about us, we say, we too they forget for this country. We are forgetful. We forget too much. Isn't it? And we think we are wise when we forget. Some of us are wise. Every other person over wise. Olọ́gbọ́n jù, ògbọ́n, ìwọ ló gbọ́n jù. Ọgbọ́n jù, ọgbọ́n, ó máa mọ́ lọ́gbọ́gọ̀, ìwọ ló gbọ́n jù. Ọgbọ́n Sọ̀díkì. So one of the reasons, I'll give you reasons that will make you get angry to go and vote with my anthology. The first poem I'm going to read is called Bridget. All of you, now today forget, I'm sure you've forgotten the story of Bridget, the woman that was beheaded. You remember? 4 or 5 years ago, she was a trader somewhere in Kano. They said she said something blasphemous, and she was beheaded. You remember the story of the girl that was stoned to death recently? Have you forgotten? Deborah. So I said, if liberty is a crime, then how can we be free? If Bridget was killed in the name of religion, does it mean God is violent? No. It means fanaticism has replaced the love for God. While she was beheaded, we kept quiet. No laws, no civil rights, no sense and sensibility, no protests, no money involved, so why should we stand? Bridget wanted all of us to be the Peshmergas to our intifada of injustice. But we moved on like nothing happened. We betrayed Bridget. And now we hope to sleep like a baby, while Bridget's soul will not sleep. She cries every night because she has become demons in her broad daylight. We all killed Bridget, and we are mad, mutually assured destruction. That's number one. I also want to give you another reason to vote. You remember when a certain governor said he used our Commonwealth to do stomach infrastructure? You remember? You remember? Say it now, you remember? Stomach infrastructure. Imagine the effrontery. Somebody said your taxpayers' money, my taxpayers' money, was converted to stomach infrastructure. So if you are tired of stomach infrastructure in 2023 that doesn't lead us to any prosperity, that lead us to deformed poverty infrastructure, Hope you know you are beginning to see the infrastructure of poverty now. Out of 216 million, 133 million is poor. That means you and I, we are poor. And trust me, the remaining 82 million is poor based on dollar terms. The only few people that are rich in this country are not up to 10 million. And those 10 million are those that have been stealing, that stole my father's commonwealth. They are stealing our commonwealth now. And they will still steal our future generations' commonwealth if care is not taken. And they will spend that money for you during election and you will go and vote them. Or punish them. Okay. Be saying God punish them there. God will not punish anybody. It's you that will punish them with your votes. Yes. See, leave God out of it. Kì í ṣe Ọlọ́run ló kó bá yín, kì í ṣe Ọlọ́run ló kó bá wa. Àwa la kó bára wa. Isn't it? When we go and collect money in the corner, àwa la kó bára wa. So I said, stomach infrastructure. Is it a play on my faculty? Our commonwealth is being stolen and served in token while people are suffering. The vultures left over have become the people's meal. A tasteless meal. Yoro. Orulenu. Like a sour soup without salt. The people are served the least of the feast while they feast on. The owners of the world keep having fits. And the drummers of the world are excited. The drums of Ekitikete don't beat anymore. The songs of Mbari Mbayo don't play anymore. Ayo is now a journey so far away from the people. Their test of redemption is so great that the Ikogosi can't quench it. But they say it's stomach infrastructure, while the infrastructure of the minds suffer. Ekiti, Jarai, rise again. Omo wa, omo ekun. My people, all na deceit is only for their pocket, stomach infrastructure. And let me tell you, hope you know that very soon they will start sharing the stomach infrastructure again. And they are going to give it to you and you are going to collect. And when you collect, you will sheepishly vote for them again. And the penury will continue. Because you see, these people, they only buy Nigeria with the consent of Nigerians that give them the chance, you and me. So if we keep giving them the chance, then they will continue to do it. Another reason to make you vote, I call this one Suffering and Smiling. It's from an anthology that I published about 5-6 years ago called The Rebel Summary. I said our values are traded like cheap china in Kaswa. Our poems don't even get any love from Tarua. We suffer and smile and we give testimonies in church. We are handed a percentile of our worth. We praise our bosses for everything. For paying delayed salary, we say half loaf is better than none. Salaries are not paid. We say, praise God, at least we have a job. We are assaulted and we are abused. We praise and say, correction appreciated. Sexual harassment, our bosses harass our girls sexually. We praise God for our bosses and say, at least I will have sex with them to keep my job. We suffer and smile, and we have become keepers of reproach. I bet reproach has never been this safe. We have become a nefarious needle that needle ourselves. All in all, they are always doing us a favor. Does that sound familiar? Like our politicians. They are always doing us a what? A favor. Our bosses own our lives. We can't do them anything at all. They have become like czars to our destinies. While they need us, like the czars needs Rasputin. While we gladly suffer and smile, please remember, no man is your God. And I'll give you the last one I wrote. Please, I beg you, for whatever it's worth, I beg you, do what is right in 2023. And please, for whatever it's worth, Don't ever vote a shady politician. Vote your conscience, vote wisely. Don't vote the politicians I call Ikpata Ori Akpata. There are a lot of them that are really Ikpata Ori Akpata. And there are politicians amongst us. And guess what? A lot of these Ikpata Ori Akpata are coming to beg for your vote. You know their antecedent. Do what is right. Ikpata Ori Akpata, crude and unrefined, a rampaging bull in a china shop, decorated with disdain for decorum, speaks hate in a Luciferian tone, yet so quick to call others names. Mentally unstable like a ferocious jagidi jagon. You can bait him with a tweet. If he doesn't like you, you become fake news. Omashio, our world is not that of bondage. Aso Rock has become a man cave. Policies are made in public. This leadership needs leadership. All because of Ikpata Ori Akpata. If you like, for 2023, go vote Ikpata Ori Akpata and be complaining. But most importantly, despite the challenges, I believe things are going to be well with Nigeria. But it can't be well except the road is rough, like our Bapa Taisholari will say. So as I leave the stage this evening, I pray for you from the depth of my heart. May your road be rough.
Chancellor Sarowa wrote a darkling plane 30 or 40 years ago. He was trying to explain the minority challenges to the civil, that the minorities really want. Ken Sarowa was Ogoni. The minorities didn't buy into the civil war. That's what the argument of that long non-fiction narrative was. So that's what we're invoking. We've got to be conscious of history. We're looking to the future with the pathways, but whoever is sitting in Aso Rock from May 29, 2023 has to be conscious of our history. So that's what this theme is about. Most books that we would discuss in November 2023 will be books that will seek to understand where we're coming from and, figure out a way of how we're getting there. So that's it. Thank you so much.
Please, if you're taking pictures or making videos, remember to tag us on social media at UV Africa and at LABAF1 on Twitter and on Instagram. And you can also check us on our website, www.unchainedvibesafrica.com.
We have some children who are doing amazing artworks over there, and they've been here all day, and they go by the name Super Kids Shop NG. Please, we'd like to support these children by following them on Instagram and on Twitter at Super Kids Shop NG. At Super Kids Shop NG. They've been doing amazing work over there. Thank you so much.
Just like the video we just watched, I just want you guys to know that your votes actually count. Like, we need to take away that mindset of, it doesn't count, because we're all influencers. We influence everyone around us. If I'm here saying, my votes, please, I'm not going to go and get my PVC, I'm not going to do this, the person beside me is going to say the same. And then word of mouth is just going to keep going. And everyone, you're going to lose, quite a large number of people that could have made a change for our lovely country. So just like the theme for this event, it says politically motivated towards 2023 election. We need to motivate ourselves. Like, the motivation starts from me, it starts from you, everyone. You need to motivate yourself and know that your vote actually counts. You are the difference, so you need to make that change today. So if you don't have your PVC, please go and get your PVC, and not just getting your PVC, you need to vote. So when it's time to vote, come out. Don't listen to anybody. Just go for where your heart feels like this is the right path, and I hope that we get the change we all desire. Thank you.
I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a way.
So just to add to what the points Angel just tried to prove, and also retrospecting Rest the Poet's poem at Freedom Vibes that we just previewed, how that the government have used young people as thugs, and how that bad leadership has affected all of us, and most especially the young people. I want to give some statistic. In 2019, the consolidated statistic of registered voters provided by INEC had a classification of youths within the age group of 18 to 35, constituting 51.11% of the total population of registered voters. Now, this was in the last election, and the youths constituted, this is the infographic statistic provided by INEC, 51.11%. So the stakes of that election were in the hands of the youth. But that does not prove the point right now. Right now, according to the cable, as at 26th of October 2022, INEC statistic of newly registered voters in Nigeria was 9 million newly registered voters in Nigeria was 9,518,188. In terms of demographic distribution, 7.2 million out of this 9.5, 7.2 million. And in terms of percentage, 76.5% of the newly registered voters are young people between the ages of 18 to 34. This is to inform you that the stakes are now in our hands. We, the youths, that opportunity, we the youths, that opportunity is now in our hands. That which made us come out earlier, that which made us seek for change, all those tears, all those crying, that which made people lose their lives, the stakes are now in our hands. We cannot slumber. We cannot give up. I've spoken to a lot of young people, and they say the votes don't count anyways. I mean, how can you allow the fate of your future be run by all these our bones? I mean, okay, our elders, absolutely, I'm a very respectful person. But how? We cannot slumber, we cannot sleep like this. Please, let us get our PVC and let us vote. I've not gotten the statistic of people who have not picked up their PVC. I'm very sure there are more than the PVCs that were registered, the newly registered voters. That's the PVCs that are ready right now. You need to go and get those PVCs and use them that day, so that all the crying, all the tears. I mean, we have stayed at home when we were supposed to be in schools. We have suffered, and we have suffered enough. So it is time for us to who will listen to you? You're a youth. The elders are the ones that sit down and see what we cannot see. We have jumped. We did not see. So when we listen to you, let your voice be heard in your action. This is time. Let your voice be heard in your action. Let the voice of this multitude, let the voice of this 76.5 be heard in the action. Let us vote, and let our votes count. And let us see that change that we've been routing for.
Imagine 2010s in 2020. That would be tense. Imagine the shot back with words and not guns. Then the world won't see from our lens. Imagine poetry was no more than a creative outlet. I can say words and not commit sins. Imagine a countryman that works and a country that protects him. Imagine a bat could see the damage of his erratic wings. Imagine saying, "Shine your eyes," to a blind multitude. Imagine a functioning state where education is not treated late. Imagine you could figure out for certain your fate. Imagine this poem is directed at the status quo, demolishing what you know poetry should be, destroying every impression of how a performance should be executed. Imagine I was vying to be elected. Would I be selected or rejected? Now imagine I stayed down every time I've been rejected, that I didn't lift my head to set my roots, seeking another land, and let the winds carry my banner to a winning life. Imagine that this is a 13 minutes long song where the tone wouldn't make it seem so long, even when the lines are not what you thought. Imagine workers being compensated properly so they don't strike. Imagine going back to the basics, where life has more value than money. Our leaders will probably be the ones mourning and protesting. Imagine the risk of touching lives, only that you know that you've invested in a soul. Imagine revelations before you knew the Genesis. It'd be a nemesis, a big crisis, such that you wonder where the lie is. Imagine Houdini taught all how to rise when buried alive, or Jesus taught the pastors how to raise the dead. Then the dead heroes of NSAS would marry longer. Imagine in all this happening, God is not a spectator. Imagine bridges and infrastructures are available that we don't have to worry about our future. Imagine Nigeria organized, fun, united, and peaceful. Imagine the coat of arms and the contents of the national anthem are the way things really are. Imagine transforming the nation is not an Herculean task. Imagine, and imagine all you must. Imagine, because imagination is the pathway to the future. Know, though, that we do not need imagination to tell us how things can be better. However, we need imagination to take us to a better and limitless future. So listen, imagine, let your imaginations run wild. Maybe your complex thoughts will turn mild. Let your imagination loose. It is the foundation to which nations build. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ifnanya, and here is my poem. Listen and be blessed. This poem is not about the many suicide car bombs that flinched the breath of thousands of people and chopped the skin of a dozen others. It is never verses about the 276 Chibok female bookworms crushed, raped, kidnapped, and trapped in the abyss of their dreams. It is not about Owa, Evelyn, Ini, and many others ruthlessly turned away from their innocence and plucked unripe. This poem is not about Tina, whose mother found in a crowd of angry citizens with a bullet snuck in her heart by a uniformed guard. This poem is not about the peaceful protesters whose bloods repainted the national flag and canopied the Lekki toll gate. Do you still remember the looted palliatives stored in a warehouse while citizens ate the reserves of their flesh in biting hunger? This poem is not about the broke taxi driver who every morning pledges his life on the first arms to armed men in every corner of the road. What then is this poem about? Because it is not about the observant you and I who have written these wrongs and preached this sermon. Maybe this poem is about the perpetrators of these crimes. Maybe this poem is about how the perpetrators of these crimes make out with their pillows at night falls. Maybe it is about the ear that has refused to hear, the eyes that have ignored purity. Or about this same clause tearing open our children's bodies and teaching them a new language. Hate, pain, and the physical exhaustion of being our offsprings. Or maybe I do not know what to say, and this is not even a poem. Thank you.
On behalf of Unchained Vibe Africa, I would like to express our appreciation to everyone in attendance. Your active participation and contributions have made today's event a success. To the organizers, Lagos Book and Arts Festival, LABAF, Cora, we say thank you for providing the platform for this civic engagement and voters mobilization. To our co-partner of today's event, Culture Advocates Caucus, CAC, we say thank you. To the sponsors of the videos that were screened today, Gothe and Ned, we say a big thank you. To the UVA team, thank you for your sacrifice and hard work in putting together today's event. We say thank you for your efforts. Let's remember to get our PVC and vote. The future of Nigeria is in our hands. Vote your conscience. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, to give the overall closing remark, I want to invite the Executive Program Director, CAC. Please make welcome Mr. Jaman Anikulapo Kuti.
Okay, we can now climb the stage. The stage has been purified by our young people. I was the one who made the law. I said no big belly, big man on this stage tonight, and I will explain it. Ayo, you are trimming down. This America that you went to, that you were everywhere. Please, a big round of applause to Ayo Ganiu. Well, you may not clap, but I'll tell you why Ayo is very important to us. A long time ago, when we were just doing things, Ayo took us to the continent. Ayo was the first person to take us to Arteria Network. And Arteria Network, was that 1997? So, the 2007, the Goree Island project. In fact, when they showed his name, they kept on saying all African creative people were on stage. And they mentioned Ayo Ganiu. I was very proud because this just a young man that I knew here who was a banker. And then he took us there and gave us respect. May you always be given respect. And on that note, I'll call all the members of the UVA, Unchained Vibes Africa. It took me a long time to know the meaning of that word. Samuel, GQ, all the members, including the beautiful ladies who were anchoring, Angel and Angel. Please, all of you come on stage. You deserve this. Because this is a joint one between yourself, Goloba. Everybody come on stage. Are you people tired? I've been on my feet for 7 days. Tired of what? 1 day show. 7 days I've been here. What do you mean? I'm just going to sleep tonight. Okay, I hope I can sleep, sha. Goddesses are chasing me everywhere. Please, we're going to remain here because the work that you have done there's a reason why we said you guys have to close the show, UVA. You know, you were asking me why. We started with young people on Monday the 14th, and we wanted to close with young people on November 20th. I think the old people, old men like us, I'm not older.
21 years.
70 plus old man. We've spoken enough for your generation. And Sorosoke, NSAS was a reality that young people have voiced. I tell people, I was surprised the first time my son, Sheonrere, I told him to come tonight, but you know, he's always pretending that he's a genius, sitting by a computer. I don't know what he does. The first time he gave me argument, when I was trying to explain things to you, and he said, that is your way. It is not my way. That small boy. I look at it, I'll kick this boy out of my house. I mean, am I not the one paying the rent? So there's a reason why we said it should be your voice. And we had a hot argument. Auntie Shola will tell you. Said, no, it must be the young people on this stage tonight. They have to purify the stage. Because next year, because you've changed the dynamics of Nigerian politics. You see, that little thing that happened that forced INEC to extend the registration and all of that, it's because the young people spoke up. If you didn't speak up, we don't even know whether we're going to have election anyway. But so thank you very much, UVA. LABAF has been on for 1 week now, and it drawn blood, it drawn sweat. We've had people who came to appreciate us. We had somebody who came all the way from Cameroon. He didn't know us from Adam. He just showed up. We have somebody who came all the way from the Netherlands. I'm mentioning all this word, and Uncle Pascal will know why I'm doing this. Somebody came all the way from the Netherlands. A woman came today. She came from Brazil. We did not even invite them. People just come to this place because they felt we're doing something special. So, and this is my political manifesto. When we sit here, and I hear snide remarks that German brought television film to show here, I say, who the heck is this? Who the heck are you? I don't get drink from you. I would never come to you to come and borrow me money. But we run a festival. We don't have millions that others have, but we run a festival in this town. If a Paul has been around there, you know the way he ran Lagos International Poetry Festival? There was a time they seized his car in the hotel. We run our blood, then some people sit down because they have voice, because they bought how many bottles of beer from Rose. Then they tell us you are showing television. I said, who is this? I've been on this thing for 40 years. So I don't give a care about you. More than 3-4 governors call us Egbon. So what is it? Then they sit down there, they just make noise because they are bankers and doctors and because they make money. I mean, I don't care. I don't want to have any more friends. I think I have enough friends. I have enough. You are my friends. Are you not my friends? No, say no. I'm the chairman of your group. I'll sack up. Okay, you are all sacked. Ayo. Should we sack? Okay. On this note, this is the closing of the festival. And I'm going to specially request some people to join us here. And I know why I'm doing that. Pascal Ott, please. Pascal Ott is 70, about 70. But he has been here with us every day, managing the sound, ensuring that the technical is okay. Baba, you can see the way you were bouncing. You were dragging your leg. Sure. And my legs were tired. Angela, I hold your mouth with pepper and DJ Raymond Brown. I told Raymond Brown that, look, I'm so tired that you have to run this night show. I don't want to be here. Poison, please. Regina Aduwosu. Chidi. Or is Ola around? See, Chidi. 70-year-old man, you can see. Poison, is Ola around? I can't see Mr. Poison, Auntie Yabo. We did all the celebration here yesterday. Auntie Yabo is not here. Is she here? Mama 75. Auntie Yabo. Until you are someone there, don't show that you are old. You are not old. You are olding, but you are not old. Auntie Yabo is one of the reasons why we're here. Every time you want to complain that we don't have the, say, just do it, German. Just do it. She will still come into the corner and knock my head. They will say, why are you doing this? She came this morning. When I saw her, I escaped. Thank you very much. Please, a big round of applause for Auntie Yabo. You know, I said yesterday, can you see something? How do you see? Are you not ashamed? Auntie, they are ashamed now. They are ashamed. Reginald, who came, or Fodile, who came all the way from Imo to present last night's show, but we didn't allow him. I don't know who else is there. TJ, you know you are taking photos, so forget it too, unless you want to appear in your own photo. We forgot to say that that's TJ's exhibition. He's recording a major exhibition of TOJ, because TOJ is doing the work that somebody did for us in these 90s. So TOJ, you are recording. Just do like this. Film Tito. So, having been here now, Ayo, you make a statement, but I just want to respectfully call on the chairman of Kora. He's the one who has marshaled all of this for us. You see how a septuagenarian will jump on the stage. Chief Kayode Adeoyokun, please. That's the chairman of Kora. And as he's coming, I want to thank, because I just saw Ocho, I want to thank our guests from outside of here, from Abuja, from Benue. Please just stand up and raise your hand. I get all of them. Thank you very much. You made this festival happen. Amara, is Amara here? Amara made this festival to happen. Having done that, I want Ayo to put a seal. Yes, but we need to do what? Don't arrange us. We have arranged ourselves. Just to make sure that you are important. People have seen you. Thank you very much. Ayo will put a seal on this, sir. Because Ayo also helped us to run the secretariat of Kora. And it's been what you've been telling us about how to organize the finances and business side of. If I doesn't talk to me again. Himself and Tony Akejo, they now meet at executive restaurant in Ikeja. They didn't invite me, sir. Because they thought this was just a bloody artist. Ayo Gani.
I think I have to do this way, the way we do it. Freedom! Free the vibes! Free the vibe! Freedom! Thank you very much. Baba Jama, you've said everything. All I just need to say is that come 4th of February, we are painting the entire Freedom Park red. 4th of February is Niger Day for us because we have to energize ourselves to go out there and do the right thing and make sure that no more non-entities in Nassau Rock. Yes, we must fix our country no matter what. Look at NSAS 2020. The artists made it happen. NSAS did not start in 2020. NSAS had been online since 2017. But in 2020, the artists made it happen. Of course, those who feel threatened, disrupted the intention and the plans, and they made it violent. But this is the time we have, 2023, just a few weeks away. Let's not count in months again. A few weeks away. We must get it right. Definitely. We must get it right. On the 4th of February 2023, we all converge here with music, with poetry, with drama, everything. We mobilize ourselves and make sure that we do the right thing, that Nigeria gets it right this time around. Our future, like my colleague said, 76% young people, all the young people here. If old people determine your future in 2023, if old people, I'm not old though, if old people determine your future in 2023, shame on. So, with that said, I'd like to give a shout out to LABAF, Lagos Book and Art Festival, for creating this platform. 24 years. No be yamo, 24 years of active, consistent advocacy, creating the platform for positive change. Please, let's give a round of applause for the Committee for Relevant Hearts who are making this happen. 24 years. And that is not, just the flagship project. Cora itself is 31 years old. Please, a round of applause. 31 years old. Money day, money no day. Some of us here on this stage were not born then. Some of us. 1991, 31 years ago. Cora, please, let's give a round of applause for Cora, please. It's not yam. It's not yam. Money day, money no day. Cora has always been there for us to make Nigeria better. Please, 2023 is a very critical time in our history in Nigeria. Please, let's make an impact. Let's contribute, no matter how little it is, to make sure that we fix Nigerian politics. Let's start from 2023. If we have been failing all this while, young people, please, this is your time. Don't fail yourselves, please. Nobody else will do it for us. America will not do it. UK will not do it. Nobody else will do it. It's you that will do it. And that's what all these messages that we've been passing across, revolve around. Before I pass on the mic to the chair of Cora, I'd like to please appeal to you to please mark the date, 4th of February. We are here. It's not joke. No be joke, no be wasao. We are here to, put our own destiny in our own hands. Please, let's do it. We can do it. 76% no be yam. Young people, please. Let's rewrite that bad history. Let's do it, please. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Unchained Vibes Africa, Freedom Vibes, we'll do our best to collaborate with Cora, with the Committee for Relevant Hearts, with the Culture Advocate Caucus, to ensure that we go to Institute, National Endowment for Democracy, everybody that matters in terms of creating that positive change that Nigeria needs. Please, you are all welcome, and please mark your calendars and tell your friends to tell your friends to tell your enemies themselves to come and witness how Nigeria will transform to a better nation. Thank you very much.
Good evening, all. I want to make some personal disclaimers. First and foremost, I'm not part of these old people. Those of us who are young, we know ourselves. Are we together? So, there's an African adage, I think it's even African, if not universal, that the big masquerade comes up when the beat is loudest and more sonorous. My second disclaimer is that I am not the big masquerade. We saw a big masquerade earlier today in person of Professor Wole Soyinka. That is a big masquerade. But by extension, all of you who are here till this moment, you are big masquerades. So give yourself a round of applause. Yeah. TOJ always admonishes us to suck in our big tummy. And German has been abusing those of us with big tummy that we will not get on this stage. So I'm wearing a gaju. Mr. Ott too says he's wearing a gaju too. So this is time for confession time, Yeah, okay. We have had a wonderful week. It was rigorous, but believe me, it was amazing. It got so extensive that even sometimes we could not cover all the ongoing activities. Sometimes we have like 4 activities going on simultaneously. So people kept wondering how we could have done 65, 66 events in a space of 7 days. It is due to the wonderful management know-how and expertise of many of the people with us here on stage tonight. So I want to say thank you. But the engine room of the success of this week-long festival are the brain work and very hard work of members of the board of directors of Kora. And some of them are here, represented here. The ones that are not here, we send our salutations to them and thanks. But beneath the top layer, you see, when you are dealing with Kora, you are dealing with like you want to peel an onion. And it has so many layers. And those layers, sometimes, they will sting your face and your eyes. But believe me, they sometimes will delight you so much that you just keep laughing. That is the various metaphors and paradox of the creativity in Kora. And we don't want to forget our numerous partners who have found us worthy of being collaborators, partners. They have done us so proud, and we are so proud of them. And we thank them for their sacrifice, because even some of them come at their own cost. They carry so much cost which they don't pass on to us. So we want to thank our partners, our co-travelers, which includes most of the people on this stage now. Where are our volunteers? Every year, you come and stand by us from morning till night, doing exceedingly wonderful things under impossible circumstances, you know. And I hardly see you frown, which surprised me, you know. I hardly see you frown, you know. I hardly see you frown. So we must mention this. You give of your time, of your talent, with such grace that we cannot but say, thank you. They say every good thing must come to an end. We don't want this one to come to an end, if you can help it, But that is the story of life. There has to be an entry point, and there has to be an exit point. But this is symbolically our own exit point. But we will find a way to reconnect and reunite severally in the course of the new year. So, again, they have warned me again not to give a keynote address, just like they warned me earlier today. That's why they have not given me food. I'm not making accusations.
They know themselves.
They know themselves. So we are here, and we are so excited. I will have a very good sleep tonight, because I was always anxious about one thing or the other happening, and it's always what happens when you want to stage and produce an event. This is a marvelous production, I must say. This is a marvelous production. So we couldn't have done this without the grace of God and the grace of you wonderful people. So before I exceed my mandate, I just want to say thank you and good night.
Thank you very much. Chairman, with your kind permission, I think the oldest person on this stage is Iyabo Aboaba Mama. Have you ever met my sweet 16 babe? Can I kneel down and toast? Oh, no. Oh, no. But I'll vanish for some days, sir. In case you want to ask me that, I'm owing you. Auntie Iyabo, please. You're our host, so send us home.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, here we are, after a week of getting together. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done for us. We have not called for a doctor. We have not been rushed to any hospital. It is your wish, and it is you watching over all of us. Thank you, Lord. As we depart tonight, Lord, see us to our respective homes, abide with us, and bring us back together in another year or before the year ends, so that we can meet and rejoice. And thank you once again. I wish all of you the best of luck. God be with us. God be with us. God be with us. Thank you.
Festival adjourned to 2023. There will be a new government. It is have a country.
Appreciation. Mo dúpẹ́ oníbùwọ̀rẹ́ bàbá gbọ́ pẹ́ mi. Appreciation.